Hello and welcome back to Tale of Two Wastelands. I'm Vic and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. And it would appear that I have now cleared out the Nightkin. But also, there's this door that I hadn't opened. So... And where are we now? Oh, turn off your flashlight, dingus. Are we still in the Repcon? I think I must have been right about the Nightkin being underground dwellers. They were probably moving through the sewers until they found themselves at the Repcon. I wonder how I'm supposed to know, or how I'm ever supposed to accomplish the alternative ending where Davison and his tribe don't get dead. Like, I get it in the sense of, like, oh, I murdered all those Nightkin and then I found him and he attacked me, so maybe if I hadn't murdered them, he might not. But I sort of feel like that's not great game design. I feel like there should have been a way for me to learn about that option before it was taken away from me. Instead of having to just, like, get there via saves coming. And I mean, I'm 100% not above saves coming. In fact, I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm going to save scum like crazy when I start doing some gambling in Vegas off camera, so that I can have all the caps. Alright, now we know why the guys wanted to get in here. Bent can equals tin can. My favorite. All the weapon repair kits, all 2 of them, good. Where do I make stim packs? Do I cook them? Spacesuit. Don't mind if I do. So there we have a trio of rockets, and what I assume is a great deal of radioactivity.
Hello? Who's down there?
What's the deal with all the rockets down here?
That's none of your business, Smoothskin. Jason was very clear. Get rid of the demons, then report back. He didn't tell you to poke around down there. Got it?
That's what she said.
Let's hope you do.
You don't believe me? That's good. You shouldn't believe me. That was nonsense. Ah, we're over here. I was sort of hoping that they were going to ride off to glory in this rocket, but I guess that one's probably decorative. In any case, having been exposed to the elements for 200 years is probably not good for its viability. No. Oh. Hi. More? I guess they're just everywhere, huh? Did you get him? Good. At what point in their development, do you suppose ghouls stop having a gender? Clearly, the civilized ones, for lack of a better term, do seem to still have some sex characteristics, whereas the feral ones do not. So, like, if your dick falls off, is that the catalyst that triggers your feralization? I might be a lot less interested in being civilized if my dick fell off. I don't intend to do any experiments and find out, but seems like it could work that way.
Go bother Jason, Smoothskin. I don't like having you around.
Guess I'll be going.
Good riddance.
I'm going to try and get Jason to leave you behind. What's up here? Got some science kits. Can't use them. Alrighty. Hey. Where's Jason, though? He doesn't like having me around, but he goes where I'm gonna be. Isn't that strange?
Is the way clear?
The demons are gone.
Praise the Creator, and bless you, Wanderer. The way is clear. I will lead my flock through the basement to the sacred site. I hope you will come find us there, Wanderer. There is much to be done.
I am getting messages from a buddy about a 3D design that I showed him, so I'll have to check in on that later. 3D printing design, I guess, would be the correct way to refer to it. An STL that I made. So when is the part where I convince them not to take Chris gonna be? I guess it has to be. Oh. I done took the wrong way. This one might have something especially interesting. Just kidding. Oh, how did I not steal your clothes yet? And there we go. It's a little bit of a maze in here. Why do they need spacesuits? I guess they might still need to breathe. They certainly don't need protection from the radiation. I think it would be kind of fun if the rocket just took them to, like, the mesquite crater that I found, and they just, like, set up a little colony there. How did I leave stuffs behind? How inconsiderate toward future me. I also think it would be sort of cool if they really did go to space, although I don't know how well that would work out for them. If they're wearing spacesuits, that sort of implies that they need to breathe, and they will eventually run out of breathables, even if they don't need any other things. Oh man, did Chris go in already?
I waited to speak with you one last time before I descended to the launch pad, Wanderer. I want you to know that we will remember for all eternity how you delivered us to the threshold of the great journey. Our preparations are nearly complete, but the rockets that will carry us to salvation are yet missing vital components. If you would still help us, Wanderer, speak to Chris. He can tell you what is missing. There is no way that we can thank you enough, Wanderer. Your arrival here was a blessing. We will remember you always.
Are you are you seriously going to make your great journey on those rockets?
Yes. The rockets will convey us to our promised land in the far beyond. Vision upon vision has confirmed it.
Are these surface-to-surface rockets?
I understand your concerns, friend, and I thank you for voicing them. But the Creator's will for us has been made manifest.
Let's talk about Chris.
After all that you have done for us, I suppose you deserve to know everything. When Chris came to us, we tried to convince him that he was human. But this only angered him. He seemed lost. We decided to let him stay with us for a few days, over the course of which we learned that his technical skills far surpassed our own. It became clear that the Creator had sent him to us to ensure the success of the great journey. Equally clear was that Chris should labor in blessed ignorance of his humanity and his inability to make the journey himself. It is no coincidence that two humans have been vital to the success of the great journey. It is my belief that the Creator sent you and Chris to expiate the sins of your kind against mine. You are redeemers both.
Well, I don't agree, because I don't believe in collective guilt, and I want to know what you're going to do with Chris.
Such is the Creator's will. Vision upon vision has shown me that, were Chris to accompany us, he would die in minutes. The radiation around the launch pad alone would kill Chris in minutes. The radioactivity of the far beyond is much stronger.
You've been using Chris.
It is the Creator's will, and I must submit. There is no malice in it. We would take him with us if we could.
Yeah, that's always the way with you cult leaders, huh? It just so happens that what serves my needs is what the Creator's will is. Goodbye, Jason.
There is no way that we can thank you enough, Wanderer. Your arrival here was a blessing. We will remember you always.
So I guess I don't have to do anything to save Chris? That's nice.
Hey there. Jason says that I am to cooperate with you on the final tasks necessary to launch the great journey.
How can I help?
I was close to completing work on the rockets before we were driven into hiding on the top floor. 2 components were missing. A quantity of isotope 239 igniting agent, and a set of thrust control modules. The igniting agent is highly radioactive and decays quickly. That's why we can't use the drums that leak down on the launch pad. It's no longer potent enough. I need you to find an intact, shielded container of the igniting agent. As for the thrust control modules, they were custom built for these rockets. They won't even launch without them.
Well, so I have some bad news about igniting agent, because shielded won't do you any good. It still will have decayed over the past 200 years. We're going to have to build a refining facility, and we're going to have to refine a fresh batch of igniting agent. And, well, frankly, that's the sort of thing that nation-states can do, and we don't have one of those. So yeah, I'll track down the igniting agent.
Very well. We don't need a huge amount. 2 to 3 liters should be enough.
So the Great Journey will use those rockets?
Obviously. It's taken months, but I've nearly got them in working order. Soon they'll take us to the far beyond. I was skeptical at first, of course, being a man of science. But Jason is certain, and I believe in Jason.
Time for me to go.
Later.
Apparently I can't tell him either. So there's some igniting agent around here that I overlooked? No? How far away is this igniting agent? Is that even what my quest is pointed to? Yes, it is. Clark Field, eh? Bouquet. Not payable in specie. Oh, gold gex. They're kind of tough. Don't run away. I want your stuff. And by stuff, I mean your skin and meat. I think I might have raided these guys off camera. I don't remember anymore. I just hit up a couple of inconsequential looking locations. Once again, it is always nighttime when I'm outside. Clear sky. Still dark. Toxic dump site. Seems like that would make more sense than Clark Field. Oh. Never mind. They're both radioactive. I expect. Oh, what do we got here? That's a pack Brahmin. Huh. How convenient for me. What's it doing here? Who cares? I'm leaving because it's radioactive here. And the highly radioactive agent that I'm carrying, not radioactive. I guess that must be the shielding, right? Oh, and just as the sun starts to come up, that's when it's time for me to head back. Come on, EDE. I wonder where the custom-built control modules are going to be. I assume they're not going to be on site either. Why would custom-built control modules be on site? Am I right? Yes, I did put those bodies there. Can I get back to the Speedyway Inn? I don't think I can, but there is the door over here that might serve me. Which is on the other side? Yeah, it totally is. Never mind. Just kidding. So I'm curious. We've been playing the New Vegas part of Tale of Two Wastelands for a few episodes now. Which of the two do you think is the more authentic Fallout experience? I don't want to be upstairs. I don't want to be in the bathroom, but I will take the stuff. And how do they both compare to Fallout 4? Of the three, which one is peak Fallout? I've already raided these areas. Alright, I think I'm back on track now. Good. I think, for my part, story-wise, I like them all. I do think that, given what I know about the lore, he's dead. I think that the New Vegas story is better aligned with the lore than the Fallout 3 story. And I've talked in the past about the strange behavior of the Brotherhood of Steel in the Capital Wasteland. I do also think that they did a reasonable job of explaining what all that's about. One thing that I kind of don't like about the Fallout 4 story is that there's no screw you guys, I'm taking it all for myself ending, unlike New Vegas.
Have you found the components we discussed?
I found an entire container of igniting agent.
Yes, that's the stuff. And the container's shielding must be intact or you'd be dead by now. Now all I need is the thrust control modules.
Off I go.
Bye.
And where am I going this time? On site, perhaps? Let's find out. No, it's taking me straight to the exit. And then God only knows where I'm going. See, it says not payable in specie. What is specie? Gibson Scrapyard. Well, at least it's not too far from Novak. Maybe that's a gold standard thing, since NCR almost certainly never had a gold standard. Maybe their currency is backed by Nuka-Cola. Hello.
Hey there. Need anything?
Sure do.
Sure. Here's what I've got.
Oh, there it goes. That took a long time to load, Missy. And you don't even have that much stuff. Alright, I'll take your cards. And I think I do need a detonator. I don't know if I have any remote charges. So, why not? And now to unload a few goodies to make sure that I don't walk away with less money than I walked up with. Yeah, why not? Oh. My pistol is in remarkably good condition. Who did I take that from? Alright, enough. Let me out.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I have to go now
Yeah,
before you
bye.
trap me forever. Alright. Off to the scrapyard, yes.
Hey there. Who sent you? I ain't talking. They tried to get me to talk before, but I didn't say nothing. And I don't aim to now, by gum.
Who tried to make you talk? Oh,
We'll just see about that.
just kidding.
You come any closer, and I'm liable to stick you with my sticking knife. Old stick is feeling mighty ornery this day.
We can talk from this distance.
You sure now? It's kind of hard to hear you.
You said you'd stab me.
Okay, just speak up a little. But not so much that they hear you. They got people everywhere, always listening.
What's been going on in town?
There's been things of a disturbing nature going on at the McBride Corral. Seems every night one of their herd meets a most unnatural death. And always there's holes all over the body. Work of the chupacabra, the livestock vampire, says Nobark. But they don't pay no mind. Too many holes, they say, and there's bullets in them. Well, says Nobark, we got a chupacabra with an automatic weapon. And that's when they get real quiet, because now they see the predicament we're in.
Ah, the old goat sucker. What do you know about the deaths at the corral?
I come face to face with the chupacabra himself one night, whilst I was investigating whether this gecko was hiding his treasure from me. He was the meanest, ugliest chupacabra you could imagine. Had 2 heads and fangs down to the ground. Best I could tell anyways, since when he come up to me he was invisible. Had himself a blunderbuss, what would rotate and shoot bullets real fast out of a backpack. Never seen nothing like it. Walked right past me having an argument with somebody. But I only saw one chupacabra, so I guess the other fella had to be invisible too. Only more invisible than the other one.
Yeah, that all makes sense. Is anything interesting going on in the area?
Folks will tell you that they seen ghouls up near the rocket factory. Sensationalist hooey, cooked up by superstitious yonkels, seeing phantoms of their own imagining.
I love it when crazy people deny crazy things. What do you think is actually at the factory?
Ghosts. Commie ghosts who don't know they're dead. Hoping to steal our rockets so they can fly up and paint the moon pink and draw a Lenin face on it. I seen one of them disappear and reappear before my very eyes. Although, being a scientist, I have to admit I might have just blinked for longer than usual, what with the shock of seeing a commie ghost and so forth.
Yeah, that all sounds reasonable. Why do they call you No Bark?
'Cause they know I ain't just barking here. What I say has got bite, 'cause it's the truth. Them quack doctors can say what they want about all the rat scorpion stings that done pierced my skull. I know what I seen.
Okay, I have to go now.
If anyone asks, we never spoke.
I don't think anybody will ask. Oh, Helios 1, there it is. But also the scrapyard.
Hi there. I'm Old Lady Gibson, or so they tell me. I've got odds and ends for sale, and I'm pretty good at fixing things, too. You might have noticed the very large building just north of here. That's Helios 1. The NCR runs the place, so it's off limits to prospectors.
Do you have any thrust control modules from RepCon?
As it so happens, I do have some thrust modules, but they're expensive. 500 caps worth of expensive.
I'll give you $250 unless you think you'll find another buyer.
Fair enough. It's not like anyone's ever wanted to buy them before. 250 caps it is.
Here you go.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Subject E, diagnosis complete. Begin recording. My name is Whitley. I'm a researcher at Adams Air Force Base. Until recently, I was in charge of the Duraframe reinforcement project for the combat model iBots.
Playback continue.
iBot Duraframe Subject E is both the prototype and the last functional model in this test group. I was prepared to make several significant upgrades to the machines. However, as the project was canceled and all Duraframe assets are being diverted to Hellfire armor, I'm sending this model to the Navarro outpost.
Continue.
If you're listening to this log from one of our Enclave outposts in Chicago, give this unit whatever repairs it needs so it can continue to Navarro.
Well, I hate to tell you this, friend, but there's no Enclave outpost in Navarro anymore. Now you.
So, you're back. Now, where did we leave off?
Show me what you have for sale.
Happy to do it.
I'll take those. Laser rifle scope. I want a plasma rifle scope. Plasma pistol polished chambers. That's almost alliterative. How's my plasma pistol? Does it have polished chambers? She won't even buy weapons, so I can't check. All right, I'll come back to that. And you know what else I'll do? I'll come back to you next episode, because I'm all out of time. Talk to you soon.